it's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to be reviewing Thor the Dark World. So, this should have come out before Iron Man 3, but Iron Man 3 was released on Christmas, and also, thinking release dates, you think that it worked out that way, but logically speaking, this movie would take place first. Iron Man 3 takes place on Christmas, the year after what happened with the Avengers. Well, Thor 2 takes place immediately after the Avengers. So, for a quick summary, after the Avengers, Jane Foster is researching in London as Thor is trying to clean up Loki's mess. She comes across this thing called the Dark Ether, touches it, and gets possessed by it. Turns out that was something that the Dark Elves used a long time ago to try to create the entire universe in their image. With that happening, the Dark Elves come after her. Thor takes her back to Asgard to try to get the Dark Ether out of her. And the Dark Elves show up, attack it, kill Thor's mother, and leave. So Thor and Loki team up with Jane to get the ether out of her and to destroy Malekith, who is the head Dark Elf. During that, Malekith ends up obtaining the ether, Jane gets it out of her, and Loki dies fighting a cursed Dark Elf. Or so we think. So Thor goes to London with Jane to kind of stop this convergence from happening, which what the convergence is all the 9 realms every 5,000 years line up, and Malekith is going to use that to unleash the ether on everything. So Thor and Malekith fight throughout all the realms, and they end up beating him using convergence pulls that Dr. Selvig made. And then the plot twist is it turns out the ether is the Reality Stone. So this is considered the first bad Marvel movie, and I could kind of see why. It has a lot of fun moments, but it's also kind of a boring movie in a sense. Malekith is a very uninteresting villain. I understand now what Taika Waititi meant by Jane and Thor really don't have a good connection. It does feel like a very forced relationship, in all honesty. Kind of like Iron Man has a girlfriend, Captain America has a girlfriend, Hulk has a girlfriend, Thor needs to have a girlfriend, sort of thing. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but any time that any of the Asgardians are talking to each other, it has to be in Shakespearean style. But if Thor talks to Jane, or Loki talks to Jane, if he does even interact with her in this, it's normal, keep it consistent sort of thing. And then something that I was having a conversation with a friend about while watching this movie is the ether being the Reality Stone makes little sense. And hear me out on that. What I mean by that is, it would make sense if it was more the Soul Stone, for the fact that Jane gets possessed by it, and all it's kind of seeing is reverberating back on people that try to get it out of her. That sounds like a Soul Stone, or maybe even the Power Stone. The reality part, I could see Malekith is using it to change all of reality to be the Dark Elves, but it seems like it would make sense being the Soul Stone more. That's my hot take on it. But yeah, really, this is kind of a dark and gloomy movie, dark world, I know, but it's also kind of a boring movie. I always kind of laugh at the fact that this was a movie that I tried to show one of my exes, and they kind of, right after Iron Man 3, hearing how bad this movie was I don't want to watch any more Marvel, just to get out of watching that movie. Because once we watched The Winter Soldier, they loved it. But, yeah, I don't want to say it's a tough movie to get through. There's other movies nowadays for Marvel that are tough to get through, but it's kind of a boring situation in my opinion. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Thor the Dark World. I am going to go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that nerd Ryan.